Hi, my name is Matthew Holscher with Miami Executive Coach. I just completed my third Master Cleanse Lemonade Fast, where I drink lemonade, maple syrup, and cayenne pepper, usually for about 2 weeks, 14 days, to help cleanse the body and take a time out from eating food. As I mentioned, this is my third attempt, and it can be done safely, they say, up to 40 days. So I decided to go for 19 and see if I could do it for a little bit longer than I've ever done it before. I learned some very interesting things on this third attempt. The first time I did it, probably a year and a half ago, it was very difficult because I didn't know what was going to happen. There was a lot of anxiety and nervousness about how my body was going to react and could I actually do this. I was just talking with my doctor today about how when people do the HCG diet, you only eat 500 calories a day. And most people think that you will die, you will starve to death. Horrible things will happen if you only eat that much. Nothing bad will happen. But that first time, the first sensation I really had to get over was the lack of chewing. Simply not chewing any food causes a warning signal in the brain that something is wrong. The good news is this is a false signal. There is nothing wrong. You're just used to chewing. Just like a smoker is used to having a cigarette in their mouth and something in their hands. They can replace it with a pencil. There's nothing wrong. Just be aware that for the first 3 or 4 days, it's going to feel really weird not chewing solid food. The next major obstacle that comes with really any diet, but especially this one, is the reaction from friends and family. They're going to tell you you are crazy, they don't understand it, and you are like a mirror. You are going to reflect all of their anxieties about food, weight, and appearance onto you. It's going to feel like they're talking to you and that everything's okay within them, but really they're sharing all their anxiety and just directing it at you. The second thing you have to learn is how to just let go of that anxiety and realize that it has nothing to do with you. It's all about the other person. Now that can be really hard when you're anxious yourself because their anxiety triggers your anxiety and then you start to become very nervous. That's where having a coach or knowing somebody who's gone through this before can act as a mentor, help you process those feelings, and help let it wash away and let go of it. Because otherwise you're going to hold all that inside of you, and that is the most unhealthy thing you can do. Far worse than any food you eat. The social implications also come in when you are eating, because food is extremely social. We go out over dates and fall in love over food. Any holiday, there's food. Any celebration, there's food and usually desserts, birthday cakes or treats. You refusing to participate in that for even 2 weeks while you do this fast will really make you feel like you're an outsider in your family. And it takes a certain amount of self-confidence on the outside to say, I'm okay with that. I'm doing this for me. In fact, one of the best things you can do is to tell a little white lie and say that your doctor suggested that you do that, or some outside authority is suggesting you do this. It's not just your own idea. Because when it's just you, they can come right after you and tell you why you're wrong, why this won't work, why they know better, when they really don't. The third major issue is going to be the logistics. You're going to have to make the lemonade, transport it, and keep it with you at all times. Again, in the beginning, this is difficult. But when you just do it for the first 2 weeks, eventually you will work out a system. I found out a way to mix it, keep the pre-mix, keep a bottle with me, how much did I need for a half day or a whole day. I was even able to do 3 straight days at Disney World drinking nothing but the lemonade. It was actually that easy. It saved me a bunch of money, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. It was actually much easier. So with those 3 things, I encourage you to keep that in mind when you try to do this Master Cleanse, Lemonade Fast, or any diet for that matter. And if you're having trouble overcoming some of these mental obstacles, I would suggest you giving me a call reach out to me on Skype or send me an email, and I'd be happy to spend 45 minutes with you over the phone and just go around some of these issues, talk about what you want to accomplish with the Lemonade Fast, where you are right now, and what do you think your biggest obstacle is going to be. I can only share with you the obstacles that I encountered. You may have a completely different experience, and we're going to have to solve those problems along the way. The great thing is after you talk to me on the phone, you'll leave the phone conversation with a very clear idea of what you need to do next to make this a success. So I wish you the best of luck. Again, feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and I'd love to hear your results. Feel free to friend me on Facebook, reach out to me on LinkedIn, or just put a comment at the bottom of this YouTube video and let me know your experiences with the Master Cleanse Lemonade Fast.